So this past week, I found myself caught up in a little bit of an internet kerfuffle. And I think there's a lesson that we can all take away from it. The debate actually starts with a national story. A columnist for the New York Times got called a bedbug on Twitter. So that columnist, Bret Stephens, decided that he was going to do something about it. And he CC'd the tweeter's boss in an email. Well, the internet was not too kind to Bret Stephens for telling on this guy over an insult as seemingly tame as being called a bedbug. Former Seattle City Council candidate and political analyst Naveed Jamali writing for Newsweek, Bret Stephens isn't a bedbug, he's an entitled coward and a bully to boot. Crosscut writer Melissa Santos saying, a reminder that it's a bad look to be a journalist whose job is pretty much to point out what others are doing wrong and be this thin-skinned. So here's where the controversy hits a little closer to home. After launching my new show, I was emailed relentlessly by a former news director in town who, let's just say, doesn't like the show. That's fine. But he kept up his angry emails even after I'd asked him to stop contacting me. So when he didn't, I posted some of those bad boys on Twitter. After I posted a few of the emails, about a dozen other local journalists recounted similar stories of harassment involving the same guy. Because of the pattern of behavior, I provided the entire email exchange to the university where this guy was teaching young journalists. I thought it was odd that he taught aspiring reporters while harassing professional reporters in his free time. But a local blogger for The Stranger had a problem with what I did, writing, "It's been quite a week for tattling to the boss." The general gist of the article is that if you're being harassed, you should keep it to yourself and definitely not tell the person's employer. Let's just say I disagree with the concept of the article, but she's certainly entitled to her opinion. So this brings me to the lesson I think everyone can take away from the two stories I just shared, including my own. If people treated each other with respect, we wouldn't have to wonder what the appropriate response is when they don't. If we stopped harassing and attacking each other online, we wouldn't have to worry that our boss will find out that we're moonlighting as a keyboard warrior. I mean, we teach our kids to be respectful of others. We teach our kids that everything they do online has the potential to come back and haunt them. But as adults, we sure have a hard time taking our own advice to heart.